Retail merchandising often stalls at a primary bottleneck: human teams attempting to manage massive inventories using broad rules, spreadsheets, and weekly reviews. This reliance on periodic cycles creates a latency gap, where issues are only addressed when a planner has the time to spot them and run the numbers manually. To solve this, vendor marketing is currently flooded with pitches for autonomous retail brains and enterprise-wide AI control towers that promise to automate the operation. This chart helps filter that noise down to the commercial reality. For a mid-tier retailer, the actual substance is found at the bottom of the funnel: focused optimization layers that target hard levers like lower inventory days and improved planner productivity. Executives face a difficult choice. You can either rip and replace your core systems for a multi-year AI transformation, or find a lighter, more agile alternative. Survival depends on modernizing past manual latency, but you have to do it without getting trapped in a massive, high-risk IT failure. The most practical alternative is an Agentic AI optimization layer. This diagram shows the architecture. A translucent optimization layer sits directly on top of your existing core retail and ERP systems. The specific purpose of this layer is to strip away the manual spreadsheet handling, rule setting, and order review that currently bottlenecks the core systems. This technology moves the business toward continuous SKU store day decisioning, fundamentally replacing the static, manual planning cycles of the past. This approach modernizes the manual labor model currently running the machine while keeping the transactional engine itself in place. In a traditional merchandising model, roughly 80% of human time is consumed by routine execution, tasks like checking suggested orders and adjusting minimum or maximum stock levels store by store. This comparison highlights the shift to an exception-led model. In this target state, the split moves from 80-20 to 95-5. The optimization layer automates 95% of those routine, granular decisions every day without fatigue. Human planners then focus their time exclusively on the remaining 5%, the high-value strategic exceptions, supplier context, and commercial trade-offs that require judgment. Achieving this efficiency requires a cultural trade-off. Executives must enforce a model where planners actually trust the machine to execute daily tasks without constant overrides. Evaluating the vendor market requires matching options against your specific retail vertical and the required system weight. This matrix maps the mid-tier market across two axes. The horizontal axis identifies the vertical focus, while the vertical axis measures architectural weight, ranging from focus layers to broad enterprise platforms. Choosing the wrong quadrant leads to either a lack of necessary capability or an excessively bloated deployment that the organization cannot support. Apparel and specialty retailers face distinct pressures, such as complex size curves, high seasonality, and the need for frequent in-season transfers. For this vertical, the best fit is a lightweight, specialized optimization layer. This leads to the lower left quadrant of the matrix, where vendors like Invent.ai and OneBeat specialize. This path offers rapid ROI, often in under 90 days, by targeting initial allocation errors and maintaining leaner inventory holds. The trade-off is a narrower product footprint. These tools focus on inventory deployment rather than solving broad, enterprise-wide production planning issues. For lean specialty retailers, this narrow focus is an advantage, prioritizing speed to value over the complexity of a unified ecosystem. Grocery and general merchandise retailers have different needs, requiring steady replenishment across high-volume store and distribution networks. The architectural match for this segment is typically a broad enterprise planning platform. Relex serves as the primary benchmark here, positioned as a unified platform in the mid to large tier. This approach provides unified planning that spans demand, inventory, pricing, and physical space. However, these broad platforms involve longer implementation cycles and a much heavier reliance on external consulting partners. Mid-tier retailers in this space must also navigate the enterprise hazard found in the upper right quadrant. Legacy powerhouses like Blue Yonda and O9 Solutions are built for massive global supply chains. For a lean mid-tier team, these systems often introduce disproportionate program risk and internal strain. Matching architectural weight to your specific retail vertical is the only way to avoid buying a system that collapses under its own complexity. In AI integration, the initial software license is often the least expensive part of the program. The true costs are hidden in data cleanup, systems integration, and the work required to redesign internal processes. Ignoring these factors leads directly into the implementation trap. This table details the symptoms. Projects stall in pilots, recommendations are ignored, and planners constantly override the engine because they don't trust the data. This causes the optimization system to degrade into an incredibly expensive advisory dashboard rather than an active execution layer. The root causes are consistent: fragmented data ownership and unrealistic ambitions to automate too much too soon. To fix this, executives must mandate high-confidence data feeds, standard KPI taxonomies, and set explicit rules for when a human override is permitted. AI optimization failures usually stem from a lack of operational discipline, even when the software's underlying math is perfectly sound. For mid-tier retailers ready to buy, the path forward requires a definitive decision flow. This playbook separates the strategy. Path A, apparel, optimize for speed to value and target allocation. Path B, grocery, prepare for heavier integration and automated replenishment. Start with a controlled pilot. Scale only after proven ROI. Firmly, the machine owns the routine. Your team owns the strategy.